This is Rap the News, and this is the most important video that you will ever watch right now. And if I were you, I would watch it from beginning to the end to get an understanding. You're not going to get a full understanding unless you do that. And I'm not doing that for views, and I'm not doing that for pay or anything else. I'm doing that so you can understand what's going down and you can prepare your soul for what's going to happen on this earth. And so we have fiery clouds, and we have a fiery planet out there that I call Planet Hell. You can call it Corot 7b, C-O-R-O-T 7b, and you can look that up on YouTube, and you can look it on the internet, and it'll explain exactly what this planet is. It's hell, and that's what the Bible is calling it, and it is coming down. It is in hell above us and a hell below us, whether you like that or not, whether you agree with it or not. I'm going to prove it with facts, and I'm going to prove it with scripture. So today I'm going to prove everything from reality perspective, what's going down in our reality, in our world right now, and I'm going to match that with scriptures so that you can come up with an understanding of what you need to do for your salvation, because it is done. So we're at the end, and we're going to start with 2 Peter 3:6, through which the world of that time perished in the flood, and those are the days of Noah. So shall it be in the end. And by that same word, the present heavens and earth are reserved for the fire. So God flooded it the first time, and He's going to burn it the next, kept for the day of judgment and destruction of ungodly men. And it's because they're passing all these gay laws and the weed laws, and they doing a bunch of corrupt things in the government and in the world today. All of this fornication and adultery and partying and lasciviousness and bragging and boasting and hating and murdering all around the world. This planet destruction is coming on this world. So beloved, it says, do not let this one escape your notice. That's this verse, but that's also this video, and that's also the reality of what's going on in the heavens above. So we're going to go to Psalms 18:12. At the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds pass. So you have bright, thick clouds. Brightness in the thick clouds. And so what do we have in the reality? An orange glow that is bright, that's rising in the west and setting in the southeast, in thick clouds and a brightness. Hailstones and coals of fire are in those thick clouds of brightness. We are seeing that, and you call it Nibiru. They're calling it Corot 7b, named after that telescope, and I'm calling it Planet Hell because it is the fire of hell that is coming down, and we're going to prove everything by scripture and reality today. And and you can leave your silly comments in there because you scared and in doubt, but you're going to burn for that shit. Job 37:21. And now men see not the bright light which is in the clouds. So what is God saying? They don't even see the bright light that's in the clouds. So why come to my page and then get in the comments and say, I don't see it where I stay at? That's funny. The people God intended to see it is seeing it. You ain't seeing it because you're going to hell. And you ain't going to see it. You blind, deaf, and dumb. God has sealed your hearing and your sight and your heart. You ain't going to see it, you ain't going to hear it, or understand it. Because ungodly men don't get that privilege. So again, and now men see not the bright light which is in the clouds. So that's how we know the brightness is in the thick clouds, and in that brightness is hailstones and coals of fire. So it's orange, like Trump's hair. Isaiah 30:26. Moreover, the light of the moon, and we're watching it right now, and this is the Bible and the reality coming to pass, and the prophecy being revealed right in front of your eyes. So every verse I'm showing you the prophecy being revealed as true, and guess what? And you going to hell for being a pagan and a disbeliever, an atheist. Isaiah 30:26 again. Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun. And this is what you are watching, folks, right now, right in front of your eyes. I didn't put that up there. I didn't make the moon up there. I didn't turn the moon bright. I don't have any skills in film to be producing the likes of what you see. Neither do you, because if you can, produce it. And let's see if it looks real. I guarantee you can't. And the light of the sun shall be sevenfold. Why? Raptor News have already answered that for you, because it is an iron planet behind the sun, the ones with the coals of fire on it and the hailstones. It's a hot side and it's a freezing cold side. And just like I said, go look up Coral 7b and you'll know what I know to some degree. As the light of 7 days. So the light shall be what? Sevenfold. So we got a bright white light in the sky. Old school know that the light was yellow or golden. It is not light. Our sun is not white, you know, and neither is the children of Israel. As the light of the 7 days, in the day that the Lord bindeth up the breach of his people and healeth the stroke of their wound. Meaning what? He's turning the captivity when we saw that bright light in the sun reflecting off of planet hell. Please listen to me, man, you know, and watch the video. You know I'm making sense, you know, even if you ain't never heard it before and you're so stubborn and stuck in your ways and in your mind frame. Behold, the name of the Lord cometh from far. How? Burning. So something is coming, burning with his anger, and a burden thereof is heavy. The planet is made out of stone. You know, keep watching my videos. Watch the last 15 videos, and you'll see in those videos what I'm talking about. If you're new to here and you haven't heard it, go back and watch some videos. You know, his lips are full of indignation, and his tongue as a devouring fire. And the Lord shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the lighting down of his arm with the indignation of his anger, and with, watch what comes after the lighted clouds, that's orange, flame of devouring fire. What's it going to do? Rain down meteorites, which you call brimstones in the Bible, on your asses. All of those are marked from the Lord to hit certain people and targets. And the whole earth is going to be on fire with scattering and tempest and hailstones. So fire and ice is going to be raining down. I wonder where fire and ice is coming from all of a sudden, from the fire and icy planet. That's weird. And you can say, Raptor News is crazy, but I'm showing you. So tell the white sun I'm crazy. You know, tell the dang fiery orange glow in our sky that God is talking about here that I'm crazy. And then on the day of judgment, when you're going to hell, tell God I'm crazy. I know 100% I'm sane as hell. Sane. You know. Revelations 8:12. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten. And as you see, those brimstones is raining down right now as we speak. And they're trying to block the satellites and the telescopes. Right now, NASA's telescopes and the Hubble craft and all of that, they're blocking them so people can't see what's going down.
The Hubble Space Telescope has been sidelined by a serious pointing problem. NASA says one of Hubble's gyroscopes failed. Now, Hubble is in so-called safe mode with non-essential systems turned off. That means all science observations are on hold. Astronomers use the orbiting observatory to peer deep into the cosmos, revealing faraway solar systems as well as galaxies and black holes.
And Saturn is getting rained on right now, and the planet is behind Saturn, and Mars Range Rover then got rained on. And so guess what's coming soon? That those hails of stones and the fire. And the third part of the moon, so the moon is going to get rained on. and a third part of the stars is going to get rained on by what? Brimstones and hailstones. Right? And the video is showing you the proof. Ezekiel 38:22. And I will plead against him with pestilence. And what's the pestilence mean? Sickness. And what's going down? This planet is iron and it's emitting off a red iron oxide, causing diabetes to increase. Go look it up. It has increased. Also causing what do you call it? Dust pneumonia. Look it up. It's happening. And that's where you're getting it from. They'll just say pneumonia, but they ain't going to say dust pneumonia because they don't want you to know where it came from. And also, it's causing sepsis, a total body shutdown. And I will rain upon him and upon his bands, the militaries, all his forces around the world, and that's Gentile forces, and upon the many people that are with him, an overflowing rain of great hailstones. That's the cold side of the planet. Fire, and that's the hot side, and brimstone. So it's two sides, Let's keep going. Proverbs 15:11. Hell, what are they calling it? Hell, that's what I said is coming from above. Hell and destruction are before the Lord. Did he say it was under the earth? No. We know it's a lower hell that's under the earth. The whole planet Earth pretty much is hell right now. Again, Proverbs 15:11. H-E-L-L, not H-A-I-L. Hell and destruction comes before the Lord. So before the day of the Lord, here comes the fire and ice to destroy the nations. And y'all know it's coming. The glow is a warning. Look how gracious God is. He's giving you time to get yourself together. Look how gracious God is. He's making it so animate on my heart to give it to you out of love. To complain to people come here and watch it, receive the same information, and then go off and hate somewhere, right in the comments. They try to hide, like somebody will leave a comment and then they'll say something nasty so that you would have to look and see the response. They think they slick. Deuteronomy 32:22. For a fire is kindled in his anger, and that's God's anger, and shall burn to, and that's unto, the lowest hell. So a fire is already burning somewhere. Where is that at? It says in Proverbs, it's before God. That's where the fire is burning. And the fire is kindled where? Before God in his anger. And shall burn where? Unto the lowest hell. So the fire is coming down on the earth. It is a big fiery damn planet. Hot side and cold side. And watch. And shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. Right? So volcanoes is going to be erupting. Earthquakes. It's going to be a nasty little day, ain't it? Revelation 6:8. And I've given this one to you too many times. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. There go the sickness again. Right? That's mentioned in, what, Ezekiel 38:22? The pestilence again. That's the pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death. So death is coming to destroy the nations. And what followed? Same thing in Proverbs. Hell followed. Hell followed. And where was hell at again? Same thing in Deuteronomy 32:22. It was right up there with the Lord to burn down to the lowest hell. Hell followed with him where? That sat on him, and death. It's all coming down on this earth.
My name is Ken, and I work as an astronomer and a scientist for a government agency. That is all that I can say at this time. This footage here was personally taken by myself and another colleague at the W.M. Keck Observatory, which is located near the summit of Hawaii's Mauna Kea. Major space agencies have been a bit distraught over the past months due to the fact that the solar system with which we live in and its planets have been changing due to some unforeseen force that has entered the solar system. Well, it's not unforeseen to me or the few that have seen this footage, but it will be unseen to the larger part of the world. This here, let me pull it up, is an image of Saturn that we captured in early November of this year, 2014, after we had imaged Uranus and imaged a growing massive storm on Uranus with enormous cloud systems so bright for the first time ever, we, along with other amateur astronomers, could see the details in the planet's atmosphere. We have never seen a storm like this on Uranus before. This type of activity would have been expected in maybe around 2006, 2007, when Uranus once every 42-year equinox occurred and the sun shined directly on the equator. But we predicted that such activity would have died down by now. Why we see these incredible storms now is beyond anyone's guess. That is until we began imaging Saturn after detecting odd signal bursts coming from its direction. When we took this footage here, we realized a slight haze in the background of the planet, which you can see here on the original imaging, which showed up just barely brighter than the blackness of space. When we enhanced the image to see what was creating what we first thought was simple gas of some sort, we saw this here, which is what appears to be some sort of massive planetoid-shaped type object, many times larger than Saturn, approaching from behind Saturn, coming into our solar system. Now, just a quick note here, the Rosetta mission to visit Comet 67P is actually geared towards studying this anomalous object, not some comet, and I can assure you that with 100% certainty. The only other guess of what this anomalous giant object could be is the beginning formation of a black hole. However, the data shows that this object is not only massive, but solid in form. Now, we're not sure if it's a planet or not, but the imaging shows something that has the characteristics of such. I can't say much more at this time, except that the government knows about this and they are keeping tight-lipped throughout the research of this thing. I am risking possible arrest, even talking about it. I could not make any copies of these images off of this computer system due to some security fail-safes in the software that does not allow me to make copies. Any data being copied or sent from this system is logged, so the best that I could do is quickly make this cell phone recording of the images on the monitor here, and that's the best that I could get in this moment. The solar system is being affected by whatever this thing is. Because Uranus has no internal source of heat, its atmospheric activity was thought to be driven solely by sunlight, which is now weak in the northern hemisphere. Hence, we were completely taken by surprise when these observations showed such intense activity on the planet, which then led to further atmospheric image analysis of this and also Neptune and Saturn. I really have to go, but I will try to get more data on this as soon as possible.
You know, this is the only news station that's giving you the real news. Everything else is fake news and playing violins up until you burn in hell. That's coming. This is Raptor News. Peace.